Hello, welcome to the Colourful Creativity podcast. My name is Caroline and this is episode 137. As you can see, I am not alone today. Mr. Binks really wanted to join, so I decided to go and sit inside this time. Right, where was I? You can find me online everywhere as Kralalien. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Ravelry, the works, you know it. And I have a web shop, colourfulcreativity.nl or colourfulcreativity.com. So yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome back to all returning viewers. I'm really happy you like it here and you stick around. And welcome to all new viewers. I really hope you like it here. You subscribe and become a returning viewer. So, I think it's been 3 weeks, 2 weeks, no 3 weeks I think, and I managed quite a lot, not for knitting, but my backup or catch-up month of August for Tour de Fleece was definitely a good one. I have spun a lot. In the end, I think I added about a little over 2,000 meters to my stash in Handspun. So let's start with those finished objects. And I'm going to start with the biggest first. It's going to crinkle a bit, sorry for that. But I have to stop this mister from eating my stuff. So, and all the other annoying critters as well, of course. So I have two huge skeins of yarn. These skeins are approximately 180 grams each. I think 178 and 182, so basically 180 grams per skein, and a whopping 616 and 621 meters. So this together is a good 1200 meters of a sport weight handspun, and this is destined to be some kind of top. I am thinking about the Rift by Jacqueline Cieslak. I think I already said that a previous time, but now I'm pretty sure it's gonna be that. Very excited about it. This was a combo spin that has been on the wheel for a good 2.5 years. Combo spinning is a thing. It's a lot of fiber, and yeah, in the end I really enjoyed the plying, and especially with my e-spinner and my woolly winder, it was just go sit and put it on and go. And yeah, I think each of these skeins took about 8 to 10 hours of plying alone, maybe even more. It was a lot. But I'm really happy how it turned out. The fiber I use is a mix of lots of things. I think I have some Cheviot in here, some BFL, some Merino and nylon, some silk and something else blended. So it's a whole mishmash of lots of things, but they had one thing in common: they were all green. I'm really enjoying how it looks. I'm not per se a green person. I know this will probably suit me, but yeah, gonna make a nice green sweater for myself. I say sweater, but probably a top. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do long sleeves. Might. The Rift is a bit of an oversized fit, boxy kind of fit, and I've never made that for myself, so we'll see how that turns out. And then I have also finished the other spin that I had on my wheel. I had 2 singles last time, and now I have applied yarn, and this is some hand-dyed merino, and it was absolutely gorgeous to spin. It was really nice and fluffy, and it just spun like a dream. And this turned out to be approximately, let me get my notes, I wrote it down because all the numbers. This is approximately 266 meters in 90 grams, so it's a good DK-ish weight. Kind of a lighter DK-ish going to sport, but yeah, mostly DK-ish. I dyed it myself. It was like white with splotches of neon, and yeah, it toned down a little bit, so there are some more pastel bits, but pastel neon, I mean, it's awesome. And that's not the only thing that I got done, because I also started a new spin, which was the undyed Polwarth, Falkland Polwarth, which was the softest fiber I have ever felt. And I spun it up, and if I found the Merino neon fiber a dream to spin, well, this was amazing. This was like the best stuff I have ever felt. So I'm really happy how it turned out. And this is 95 grams and is 297 meters, so it turned out to be a sport weight. I had plans to make it into a main color to go with some yarn I have won 2 years ago. No, it was during COVID times, so maybe even last year, end of 2020, I don't know. It is a Shetland yarn, and they are tiny balls, and I thought they were 50 grams. So 2 balls of each, 100 grams, 280 meters per 100 grams. So I kind of aimed for that. And then I got the balls out. Yeah, they are 25 grams each, which means they are 560 meters per 100 grams. So they are basically a very light fingering to lace weight. This is spot on sport weight. So I definitely spun it so it fits with the idea I had, but my idea was faulty. So this is going to be an amazing something for something, and the Polwarth is really nice and fluffy. I mean, look at that. It's like a cloud. It's really, really gorgeous. I'm absolutely in love with it. It's just a simple 2-ply, and yeah, so that brings my whole spinning for August to a whopping over 2 kilometers long. Of course, I also had this one. This one was also, I think, over 600 meters. So my spinning for this year, it's more than 2.5 kilometers, which is crazy awesome. So here we go. My Handspun from July and August. And because I now had 2 empty wheels, I was like, yeah, we cannot have that. And my first plan was to use the green combo spin as a main color for a yoked sweater. So some color work or some full color work. I wasn't decided on that yet. I was looking at lots and lots of patterns, and I was like, okay, I need at least some kind of contrasting colors. So I decided to start spinning a few things, or at least I started to spin one thing, and I took out of my stash a few things to use as contrast colors. So here I have another 100% superwash merino, and I dyed this with sunset colors in mind. So there's the white, yellow, orange, red, pink, purple, and it is dyed in a way that is really nice to use as a fractal spin. So I split half the braid in just 2, and then I did this part. I think I did it in 6 pieces. Yeah, and I am still working on the first piece, and it is on my wheel, on my e-spinner. I am spinning it, so it is hopefully gonna be another sport weight. I think that is where my comfort zone is in spinning. And yeah, we'll see how it works out. This one is felted again, or at least it's pretty dense, so I have to fluff it up when I spin. Someone told me to try and steam it to make it come undone again. So I'm very curious if that's gonna work. I'll try when I start spinning again. I put it on there. It didn't bring me any joy because it was so dense, so I'm not sure. Because I want to make a fractal, the carding of it is not an option, and I'll just have to figure out how to fix it, or just have to get through it and bite the bullet. Other whips. I have a few. You don't say. Let me start with the one I had in hand last night in my cute little teacup bag by Paisley Ducky, the lovely Anna, is my Sockhead Slouch hat. If you hear Laia meowing in the background, she is complaining in the attic where Robert is sitting. So, just so you know. Here it is. It has seen about an inch of progress. It is so slow and it is so boring. With a sock I don't mind, because that's like a third of the stitches going round and round, but a hat, my goodness, just like sweater bodies, they take ages. And they're just very tiny needles. Let's see, what did I use? Yeah, 2.5 millimeter. For a sweater you actually have a bit bigger usually, so it goes a bit faster. And yeah, the yarn is very pretty though, and this is Manos del Uruguay in just a number A9275, and this is Alegria by Manos, and that is a 75 wool, 25 polyamide, and it's just a very nice sturdy sock yarn. This is what the ball looks like. Nice lurid neons. And this yarn, the pattern, the Sockhead Slouch, is a free pattern on Ravelry, I think. And it is from Kelly McClure, also known as Boho Knits. And like I said, I'm knitting these on 2.5 millimeters on Chowgu interchangeables because I ran out of high sharps. And I'm okay with the Chowgu sock needles, to be honest. They're a good second after my high sharps. So that is project one. That did see some progress. I don't think I touched it in August, so this is the first time again. Then in my Vicky Bird Designs party bag, I have party yarn. This is Razzle Dazzle on Soft Sock, my own brand, Colourful Creativity, and I am test knitting again, and this time a test knit I can actually show. I already have one sock. I am test knitting the Wavelength socks for Kathie Popadin, and she is from Shake Your Booties. She has lots and lots of cute booty designs, and she is now also doing a sock pattern, and here you can see the pattern and the yarn. It's a lot of fun for heavily variegated clown barf yarns, and yeah, it's a really nice pattern. I am knitting these toe up, but in the pattern there's also the option to knit them cuff down. So she has written them both. There is a heel flap and gusset heel with slip stitches for the heel flap, and yeah, really enjoying this. This is like a little bit more engaging than plain vanilla, but definitely not harder, so I can do everything with this except, well, maybe not a short row heel. during a Zoom. So I stopped at the gusset increases last night. Yeah, it looks a bit frumpy because one side has a bit more pull than the other side, but it fits absolutely fine. And like I said, I'm really enjoying it. I have until the end of the month for the deadline for this, so I'm way ahead of schedule, which is nice. I actually hope to finish this week. Fingers crossed I can do. Then I would have a knitting finished object for the first time since June. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. August was just spinning. July just went by with other things. We all know what happened. But yeah. Then in my little grey girl project bag, I have my Dilligaf socks. And my Dilligaf socks are, again, on Soft Sock, definitely my favorite base to knit socks. Colourful Creativity, and the colorway is called Dilligaf. Do I look like I give a fuck? It is, in short. It sounds nicer, right? Dilligaf. Dilligaf. Instead of, do I look like I give a fuck? Yeah. So, nice neon yarn, and it micro stripes in socks. I have one finished sock, and I have almost a full leg already. Last time I showed it, I only had the ribbing, and I put it away for mindless waiting room sock knitting and easy stuff. Turns out you can knit this whole bit while waiting for internal and ultrasounds. Like I told in the last episode, I had my hysterectomy, and well, apparently my ovulation is still killing me, but that's just one day a month, so that's fine. But they did want to see what was happening, so yeah, I had to sit in a waiting room, waiting a long time to get an ultrasound to rule things out in my recovery period. And yeah, I'll talk more about the personal stuff in the end, as usual. But I managed quite a lot. I'm knitting these on high sharps, 2.5mm, my absolute favorite. I'm knitting the test knit socks, the Wavelength socks, on that too. So, another sock project. And as you saw, both socks are basically almost halfway done, and they are both second socks. So maybe I can finish them this month, or maybe I should save them for Socktober. What do you think? Just finish it, or wait for Socktober and finish a lot of socks in Socktober? Maybe we can do a very loose knit along for Socktober, finish all the second socks. I have quite a lot going. So then in the big sheepy bag by Elbenwood Craft, the wonderful Emma, and I have fluff on my lips, there is progress on my Corbis sweater. And this is the sweater, and here is the pattern, Corbis, and it is by Natasja Hornby, and I only recently found out that she actually lives in Amsterdam. So I thought this was for me, international designer, but apparently she lives here. It's a very interesting pattern. I am knitting this for the Corbis sweater knit along hosted by Feierabendfrickeleien, the wonderful Steffi, half of the Frickelcast, the German audio podcast. The knit along is over. So this is absolutely no interesting information probably, but still. I started this for the knit along, but I'm gonna end it for me course I'm going to finish because I really enjoy knitting on it, especially now it's still super warm. We have 30 degrees today and tomorrow still. It is freaking September. Stop doing that. Give us rain and autumn. Thank you. So yeah, I managed to finish all the basket weave, or at least the first half of it. There's basket weave in my future still. So you have the basket weave for the back. You start here with a triangle, then you add this bit. This is the front, it's a V-neck. And then there is a diamond chart with bubbles. Bubbles are fun, but not for me. They go so super slow. I really don't enjoy that. But okay, they're in here. I am done for now. I have to finish the diamond. Then there's another diamond chart, so then I will have to do 2 rounds of bubbles again, which is okay, but still. And this is still my first ball of yarn, so it kind of goes a long way. The yarn I am using is Knitting for Olive Pure Silk. Knitting for Olive Pure Silk in the colorway Dark Cognac. Oh yeah, Mr. Binks is annoyed. And definitely enjoying the yarn too. It is cruelty-free silk. It is bourette silk, which basically means they are letting the silkworms come out of the silk cocoon and not boiling them to death like they do with mulberry silk, which I do not approve of. So really nice yarn, really enjoying the knit, definitely going to continue. It's also nice to keep my brain engaged with a bit more difficult pattern and see that I can do that again after the surgery and the anesthesis. So yeah, really enjoying that. Then the final whip is in this sheepy project bag. We do have sheepy project bags this time. And in here is my Slice of Light. The Slice of Light is a pattern by Susanne Sommer. And last time I was at the end of the brioche. Let me show you the front. Yeah, the one color brioche. And now I actually have one side of a short row wing, kind of, how you want to call it. Sorry. Oh, it's so dry. And I forgot to grab a glass of water, but hey ho. I am now at the other side, which is definitely less fun than the first side, because now I have to purl everything. Oops, didn't think of that. My mom absolutely felt the same about the idea of having to purl the whole freaking thing. But okay, we'll manage. We're at the same point. And yeah, I have to focus on that second bit until my mom is finished, then we can continue again. Because then we have 2 color brioche, and the one color brioche already was quite iffy for my mom, so I hope with 2 colors we can get the hang of it, and then it's finished. So it's like, you're almost there, you're almost there. Let me see, let me show you the final look of the shawl. Here you have Susanne Sommer, and I am knitting these on higher sharp interchangeables, just like my Corbis sweater. And the Slice of Light is now done on 4mm needles. I should have probably gone up a needle size for everything in the pattern because I'm a tight knitter. But okay, I'll just block the snot out of it. So it's gonna be a really nice, big and lofty, or yeah, a thin shawl with a brioche. And a garter. I don't know if you ever blocked a garter shawl and a brioche bit, just not, you know how nice and thin and sheer, and yeah, it just gets really nice. The needle size I'm using for this, there are 3 different needle sizes. At the moment I'm using the 3.5 millimeters. For every bit there's a different size needle, like the diamond chart has a different size, the basket weave has a different size, and the stockinette part has a different size. So, very interesting pattern. And then, yeah, those were all the whips I've worked on. Let me check my notes. I actually got my bullet journal out again and started to plan things and such. So yeah, all the whips have been talked about. Time for acquisitions, and this one I forgot last time. So here I have a brand new supported spindle. It is from Powell, Phil Powell, I think it was. Yeah, it is a Phil Powell Queen's Scepter. And I got this one from a destash from one of the, yeah, I call her a guru for supported spindling, because to me she is absolutely amazing in what she creates with supported spindles. Meilindis, and yeah, you can follow her on Instagram under that name, and it's absolutely gorgeous work she has. It spins like a dream. I'm just gonna show you like this how long the spin is. I mean, I'm not even giving her a lot of spin, but yeah, my Queen's Scepter. This could be a good still for the a little screenshot. Hopefully YouTube picks up on that. The shaft is from American Holly. There is a metal tip, and the weight is 50 grams, which is a bit heavier than the ones I have, but I hope that makes for a easier spindle, because she spins so nicely with her metal tip, that yeah, I just really hope that yeah, that helps me finally get started in my journey of, yeah, supported spindling. I haven't started yet. I didn't have the courage yet, because I know I'm gonna fail at first, and I've failed a lot of times at starting with support spindling. So yeah, it's a thing. Then I got some yarn. I wanted to say oops, but it's not really oops. It's really nice. I got some yarn from the Fiber Co. from the UK, and I try not to buy too much from the UK because of the customs fees and everything. But this time I couldn't help myself. I saw a new pattern, the Gone to Seed top by Jen. Oh, I think it's, I'm not sure about her last name. Yeah, she's called JP Knits Things, Jen Parocchini, and she has a wonderful lightweight top with buttons in the front. It's like a short sleeve cardigan or a top, and I really love that. The yarn she used was the Fiberco Meadow, and I had never heard of it, and I was intrigued, plus the fact that it has like 500, almost 500 meters, 498 meters in 100 grams, which is a weight I do not have in my stash. So I was like, I'm gonna buy the original yarn, especially after seeing the color. This blows out way more neon orange than it is. This is more a nice coral color. On screen it looks kind of odd, so I might add a photo of it so you can see the real color from the website of the Fiberco. So I have 3 skeins, which should be enough for the Gone to Seed pattern. I got the kit, and the kit was yarn, a project bag, and this is a Fiberco, the Almanac series, a seasonal guide to knitting with the Fiberco yarns. Little cotton bag, and yeah, very excited to see. Meadow is a blend of baby llama, silk, linen and merino wool, and it is really soft. It does have some sticky bits, but that's probably the linen, which will get softer once it's washed and manhandled while knitting, probably. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. It came pretty quickly. Customs basically sat on it for a little less than a week, a little over a week, not sure, but fairly quickly. We've had worse. And since they also offer free shipping, and this wasn't enough for free shipping, I added some extra. I saw a wonderful cowl in the making, and the name was already a reason for me to say, oh, I might help you with testing, but I do not have some nice DK yarn for it in contrasting colors, so let me just look there. I saw a really pretty Donegal Heritage light Aaronmore, and this is inspired by the breathtaking scenery of Ireland's northern headlands. Aaronmore is spun in a mill that traces its roots to the homespun tweed industry in the 19th century County Donegal. It is blending cashmere and silk with fine merino wool creates an authentic tweed yarn of the finest quality. So for silk, cashmere and merino wool, I find it pretty harsh. But maybe once knit and washed and blocked, it's really nice. So I thought these 2 colors would go well together, nice contrasting, and it might make a really nice cowl. And yeah, it's something different than I usually go for, especially this one, but also the dark blue. And yeah, somewhere in my future. The pattern isn't finished yet, and it's fine. I'm nowhere near being ready to commit to another test knit. So yeah, those were my acquisitions. Fairly reasonable, right? Really reasonable. I've had worse. Then the shop news. I have a very long list of what I have to dye again, now that I am approved to get back to things. And I also have a little list of things that are going on sale. I am going to say goodbye to the Donegal and the Kidsilk bases, and the Bad Betty knit tags, and also to my wrist rulers. I am going to put them on sale, so that means that they'll all go down approximately 20%-ish. And there's some exciting new Christmas yarn coming, some commercial sock yarn in Christmas colorways. So yeah, that is what is in the near future. It's not there yet, it's not marked down yet, but that is what I have planned. Basically, this is my first morning back to work, and I decided, let's just record a podcast after I did my planning. So yeah, sign up for the newsletter or follow me on Instagram to be the first to know about all the things shop related. And yeah, then personal stuff. So for anyone who is not interested, goodbye. See you next time. Definitely understand. And for who's sticking around, thank you. I am doing well. I've had my checkup or my follow-up after the surgery, and my gynecologist discharged me, so I do not have to go back anymore, just in case there's something really wrong that my GP can't fix. But otherwise I'm totally fine. And yeah, very happy with that. I am actually feeling good. Just my ovulation that is giving me issues, but that's 1 day a month, and hopefully it will get better once the scarring inside me has healed a bit. And yeah, Robert is also okay. He is off all the immunosuppressant medications since last Thursday, which is quite scary and also very exciting, because that means at the end of this week he will have his own immune system back, and that means we can go out and do stuff again. So we're already pondering what we're gonna do. Hopefully next Sunday I will have a glass bead making workshop, which I will show the results of in the next podcast if I can. And yeah, he's scheduled for a new CT scan this week, and we'll have the results of that next week. So that's also a bit of a tense moment again. Yeah, for the rest it's kind of quiet, and we're having some breathing time. So I'm gonna start work again. He's starting work again, first from home, and hopefully next week he can actually go and see his co-workers again. He hasn't seen them in a very long time. I think he got sick 3 months ago, so yeah, it's been a long summer. Basically all summer he was sick, which really sucked. But yeah, we got through it. We're still here, and now we're gonna pick up and see what we can do in getting back to normal. And next week we'll probably also hear what's in store for us for the next period. So how they're gonna treat things. Are they gonna treat things? What are they gonna do? We don't know yet. So yeah, we try to push that away. Not this week. This week is rest. And this week is not as much hospital as usual. So yeah, enjoying rest. And yeah, that's basically it. So I hope to see you again next time, and hopefully I'll have some brand new colorways, or maybe just some fresh dyed yarn for you guys. So see you back next time. Bye bye.